Hey, I'm Eric O'Keefe, and I'm here with Mandy Williams, and Mandy is the client, Coach Tam. And we were talking before, she's seen some pretty good results, and she's here to talk about those results. She's here to talk about her journey and her experience while working with Coach Tam, and also filling in the details of everything else. So, Mandy, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, so let's kind of set the stage, right? So, people don't know your story. I don't know your story, so I'm really curious to kind of know, if we step back, what was the big, I guess, like the big struggle, the big issue, or thing that you were really looking to try and overcome that led you to start training here?
Well, I could lead out with the fact of wanting to lose weight, but the obvious was not the obvious. I think I was experiencing a time in my life where I was just frustrated with not feeling like I was completing much, the weight gain that I wasn't also gaining, the motivation, even having energy to do enough things with my children. I was at a season just where it just felt like a lot of things were not clicking. And so for me, I just knew that I needed to change up some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very obvious that I felt like the more energy that I can get, I needed to work on my health. So
Okay.
it wasn't really for like truly weight loss as much as me then needing more energy to
Okay.
balance all that I do.
Okay. So it was kind of like frustrated, like maybe being in a little bit of a rut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, a rut from just not having enough energy, I felt
Mm,
like, to complete a lot of the things that I knew I wanted to do.
okay. Was there a moment or an instance where you were just like, I finally had it? Like you just were frustrated enough, right? Or is there a moment that finally triggered something for you to take the action? Or was it just this continuous buildup that finally led to this all?
I think I can't say that, well, perhaps it was a consecutive moments.
Mm-hmm.
There were times that you sometimes can look in the mirror and you're thinking you're looking one way, but then you see yourself in a photo, right?
Yeah.
And you realize like, whoa, is that me? There were other times, though, as I mentioned, from an energy level, because I balance also three children at the time. And it was one where even with me just having enough energy to just do half of the activities without then also feeling tired. And you have to realize I grew up really as an athlete. So I know what that optimum level for myself felt like. And I just knew that I was getting into a phase and stage in my life that I felt like I just did not quite know how to get
Yeah.
my rhythm to then
Mm-hmm.
shed weight or to find that energy burst that I was really looking for.
Okay. And so you find Coach Tam and you get to set things up. Were you nervous? Like, did you know what to expect within the first time meeting with her or first time training with her?
So I no, not at all. And I almost feel as though that she is such a hidden secret because as far as even how her program, her training works, um, I thought that I was going to partner with someone because I thought I just needed a trainer to help push me, help me find my rhythm, give me some great eating tips possibly that could help me start to see some results. But when I connected with Tam, it was so much more. It was definitely more than just ordering something that you could possibly see on infomercials or signing up at a local gym. Tim's program, I did not know what to expect, but it was definitely a pleasant surprise.
Okay. And like you were coming in with certain expectations, like you said, like maybe other things that you've seen in the past or experienced in the past. What made working with her different from some of those other things?
Tam really leads from a so there's trainers out there that may lead from a testimonial space, but Coach Tam particularly, not only did she lead from a personal space, but intuitively, it seems like the way that her program works, she is able to tap into the psychology of a person to almost train your mindset to really get prepared for what it is that you're going to be within. But also because she is so much so within the mindset, she also is great with helping you to establish new habits. There's a saying that I really believe that as where the mind goes, the body follows. And for me, again, just finding that motivation and energy I was looking for, Tam had a way of being able to tap into the mindset, particularly to ensure the level of success that one may
Okay.
want.
So there was an emotional connection. There was an emotional depth that wasn't there in maybe other things that you've experienced.
Absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
that is it.
And I'm guessing, right, that was probably one of the big things, right, that you really didn't expect. That's what you were saying before.
Yes.
Okay. And so she starts diving down that route, working with you on there. Was it something that, because a lot of times people, right, they'll hear the emotional thing or the mindset stuff, they may get like a little bit freaked out, like, oh my God, we're going to go down this area. Was it scary going part of this journey? Or was it something that was like, I'm actually, wow, doing something and I'm learning why these things are actually causing these issues or why I'm where I'm at?
Combination. I
Okay.
would say that for me in the beginning, it did take a different level of transparency, self-reflection, self-examination inside of myself to really come to look at some of those things in the mirror of what was really what I call often the root cause, right? Like you can look at some exterior things that, again, as I talked about, wanting energy or trying to find the motivation or fitting in time. But the way that Coach Tam's program is designed, that she really takes you to a deeper level that I believe really causes that transformation. And I can see why she has packaged her you know fitness program as transformation. But it does take you within an emotional journey that sometimes in the beginning it was some people don't expect the
Mm-hmm.
layers of where
Mm-hmm.
she takes you to. But because it is so well thought out, once when you begin to embrace it, it is something that takes you on a journey that you, in the end, leave out not the same. It's been life changing for me.
Wow. It's life changing. And because it's not just the physical parts that have been changing, it's the mental side, the emotional side.
The mental and emotional side, I would definitely say, is the cornerstone
Okay.
that I believe that sets her program heads
Mm-hmm.
and heels over the others that I may have tried.
Okay. And this, anybody can do this, right? It's not specifically geared towards like a specific person or body type or shape or mindset, right? Anybody can really do this.
She has a saying at to run this at your own pace, really.
Okay.
So absolutely, outside of just it's an individual quest. It's not where you're going to say one size fits all because each person of how and what we're looking to get out of this, it really is sometimes different. And the way that her program is designed, it will uniquely reach you exactly where you're at. So no, it does not matter your physical shape, your health that you're in. Even some people have come in with certain health challenges that they just felt as though they couldn't do this because
Right.
technically they're not healthy enough. Coach Tam really takes you to a level that internally to allow you to do your personal best.
Okay. And so obviously you've gone through this process, right? The emotional side of it. But let's talk about the results. Let's start with some of the physical stuff, right? Originally you'd gone in, like you talk about energy levels, but what have you seen in physical during this time?
Oh, so I've lost 12 pounds,
Okay.
which that is like huge. I mean, it was 12 real pounds in size, inches, weight. So for me, that was a huge win. But outside of that, again, it's so easy to want to then just focus on the physical side. Again, of course, I'm happy about that. But I think that the real lasting power really was the internal piece that I know that has given me a different mind perspective to allow myself to really own this journey. And it's really helped me to even accomplish other goals that I knew that well, sometimes, we each all are born with a purpose. But by the way that her program is designed, it allowed me to unleash some deeper things, even outside of just shedding weight, with
Okay.
reaching personal goals.
Okay. Maybe it was something along like overcoming some big concerns or fears, kind of helping through things along those lines.
Yeah. Well, when you say concerns and fears, I think that for me at the end, it really allowed me to become even crystal clearer of because of the consistency that her program does build in, that same consistency and momentum built a different kind of momentum
Right.
to be able to tackle other areas in my life.
Okay. And now stepping back for a second, because you talked about the energy was like the big issue going in, one of the big things you're talking about. Have you noticed a shift in that? Are your energy levels better, different in any way?
Yes. And interesting enough, sometimes too, again, with for me, with the energy, what I thought to be energy, um, Coach Tam even hits on areas within time management,
Mm-hmm.
helping you to plan properly. With that, some of the other things that I was really not managing my time as efficiently as I thought that I was. And by going through her program, there were other things that she began to show and even teach out of how to really maximize your time. So from an energy, it was amazing of some of the, I almost don't want to give away her program because it is so unique
Right.
of how she goes about this. So I feel like I'm being kind of vague, but really, the way that she does go into teaching you just certain even life skills in general, it my energy definitely has increased from time management to, like I said, again, the discipline that has now even started to eating habits that have changed. Definitely my energy has changed.
Have other people noticed, like family, friends, coworkers, have they noticed a difference?
Absolutely. At times they even ask me, what are you doing differently? And Mandy, wow, you just have like this glow about you, or you just seem you're always so high energy. How do you even accomplish it all? It's one of those that again, and again, I almost feel like with Coach Tam's program, it really is more than just the physical fitness. It
Mm-hmm.
is pillars I think that one should really incorporate within life in general. Yeah, so people have definitely noticed the difference.
Okay. And you mentioned it was life changing, and I'm curious to know too. Is like, obviously, right? You're not the only person there in the program, but is it kind of like what's it like working with her, or what's the atmosphere and having other people around? So what's that like?
Yeah. So typically for her, because Coach Tam also goes inner, she is very strong within her spiritual beliefs, Christian
Mm-hmm.
beliefs. And so that community by itself, it's one where by being around like-minded individuals and having certain core values, she really also brings a different kind of foundational rootedness of why we're doing what we're doing. And even still that, almost like it may sound a little cliche-ish to say that health is wealth, but it is one where by having this community that she creates, the different affirmations that she's constantly sending out, the community begins then to even motivate each other.
Okay.
And we even, it's a form of even accountability that we have even begun to even do with each other because Coach Tam has all these different mantras. You're stronger than what you think, and all these great different affirmations that again the group begins to embody it, and it just begins to take on a whole different new momentum. So that built-in community also is
Okay.
another added plus by being a part of her program.
Kind of like a family in a way.
Absolutely, we're a family, and we actually
Okay.
say, uh, T65 fam, and when we even see each other, we constantly refer to each other even as family. So yes,
Okay.
Coach Tam has found a special sauce of how to duplicate herself even inside of ourselves. So
Okay.
we become representatives of her.
Okay. That'll lead me to the last question. So let's say there's somebody who's in a very similar situation to where you were before you started working with Coach Tam. Similar issues. They're hearing your story and you're like, wow, I actually really resonate with this. I really connect with this. But they're still on the fence. Not
Mhm.
100% sure. So what would you want to tell that person to kind of maybe push them over the fence and give them a nudge and maybe let them know that this probably might be a good place for them?
If you're sitting at home struggling, wondering whether if you are going to accomplish certain dreams, if you have what it even takes to change your life, to change, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you can hear that often, but if you really are sick and tired of being sick and tired, I believe that Coach Tam has a program like no other. And I would highly encourage for you to try it. And to try it, I almost can guarantee that you will not come out the same.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Mandy, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your story. I'm really just really happy for you to see the changes. I can feel the energy that you've got from all this, and I just want to wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, you take care.